We're going to be talking about baby set to extension set variations on in-system situations. So we have our girl Alvin here to help us out, and so what you're going to end up seeing is us setting a little bit of left side extension set, a little bit of overhead or back extension set, a little bit of pipe extension set, and then all of those variations with the footwork. So we're going to work on two different types of footwork. For some of you who we have as left foot lead setters, some of you who we have as right foot lead setters, it's really important at Setter College that you have the ability to do both. So we're going to make sure that we practice both of those situations, both of those variations. We're going to utilize the heavy ball. You can use any kind of volleyball. It doesn't really matter. Heavy ball is most ideal because it's going to train the wrist and make it a little bit tougher for you to get that full extension. So we'll use Alvin here, we'll check it out. The first thing you're gonna see is we're gonna be in the setter's box, which as a reminder is gonna be 2 feet off the net and 1 step from the right of center. So every time I'm gonna make sure that she's in that spot, setting up really well. Consistency of the setup is really important to consistency in your movement. And from there, she's gonna do a little bit of variation as a warm-up. So I'm gonna ask her to just do left, right, left, all 4 directions. And I'm going to ask her to do right, left, right, all 4 directions, not with jump sets because we haven't gotten there. She's going to be on the ground. And then we're going to start adding in the heavy ball with the variations that we talked about previously when we were talking about baby set and extension set variations. So let's see what that looks like to start. She's going to go to the setter's box. She'll start in that spot 2 feet off the net, 1 step right of center. And she's going to go forward towards diagonal 1, towards diagonal 2, and back using her left, right, left footwork. So let's see what it looks like. Go ahead. And lift after you. On all these, she's just warming up her primary footwork, making sure that each time she gets that second to last step on the ground. So now that she's done the left, right, left variations, we're going to ask her to do the right, left, right variations for warm-up. Again, second to last step every time is squaring to that left side, 2 to 3 feet off the net. Nice. Okay, so next thing we're going to add is I'm going to toss the ball right on her head in system so she can get the consistent footwork patterns. We're going to go 4 in a row of left, right, left, baby set, right, left, catch. 4 in a row of right, left, right, baby set, left, right, catch. We're just going to use this as a check-in to make sure that she understands the footwork patterns after the baby set and before the baby set before we start getting into the extension set. Now it's going to be a right, left, right, baby set, left, right. Good. Pretty clean, pretty consistent. If you don't feel like you're ready after 4 and 4 of a warm-up, do 8 and 8, do 12 and 12, do 100 and 100. It doesn't matter, but you want to make sure that you get that footwork consistent before you start moving on to the extension set. So next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to start in front of her, okay, all the way out to the left side, because that's going to be the simplest way for her to have the ball come into her hands and then deliver it back to me. As we get more advanced with our setters, I actually like starting on the back set variation. 1, because it's the least used variation, especially in youth sports, and 2, because it makes us more consistent with the ball having to come over our shoulders. So in this video, that's the 3rd and final one you'll see, but just know as your setters or as you get more advanced, I like using that as the first one to get you warm. Let's see what it looks like. She's going to start in the setter's box. Her footwork here is going to be left, right, left, baby set, right, left, extension set. She's going to make sure that she gets those 2 inches index and thumbs, triceps in line with her eyes, and tries to push the ball all the way out to me. Not too bad. So little variations. I'm checking every time. Is her footwork pattern starting and finishing even? Is she lifting after she's finished her footwork, but is she lifting quick? Is she keeping her 2 inches the whole time, whether it's a baby set or an extension set? These are the questions I'm asking. Location is going to be the final question. That's after we get more consistent with those other little variables. So now she's going to go right, right, baby set, left, right, extension set me to the left side. Really nice. Next thing we're gonna work at is the pipe set. So one, I'm gonna be moving to a new angle so the ball's coming into her a different way. So she's gonna start facing me, like we've talked about in previous videos, because I'm her passer or digger. And then as I toss the ball and she gets ready for that primary set, she's gonna get square to the left side. She's gonna utilize that footwork, baby set the ball, take her 2 steps, and then she's gonna side set me the pipe. So she's not gonna turn and have her chest face the 10-foot line. She's gonna maintain her facing to the left side and then side set me the pipe, keeping her 2 inches. So let's check it out. I'll start here. She'll start facing me. Okay, back up 1 step, right there. So first we'll go left, right, left. She's gonna go left, right, left, baby set, right, left, set me the pipe. Ideally, her pipe lands in front of the 10-foot line, but it depends on the level, honestly. So if you play with athletes who are still waiting to become mature and more athletic, set the ball near the 10-foot line. If you're playing with athletes who are a little bit more dynamic or a little bit more athletic, set the ball more in front of the 10-foot line. And every time I'm checking her footwork, if you notice on some of those, rewind the tape, she finished right, left with her secondary. Some of them she finished left, right. We want to try to make sure we get that consistency. So when we go on to the right, right lead footwork now, every time I'm going to ask her to finish left, right with that secondary footwork. Let's check it out. All right, pretty good, not too bad. Next variation is gonna be that overhead. So again, tossing from a new location, and tossers, you all have 2 choices. I could go extreme with her and throw the ball from literally directly behind her because she's done it before, but if you have a setter who's pretty brand new, or if you're working with somebody who's not ready for the ball to come straight back over their shoulder, then you wanna toss from more the diagonal 2 area, so it's behind them but kind of at an angle, and then you can move your feet as a tosser and catch from behind them. So we'll show you both of those variations. I'll toss a couple from diagonal 2, and I'll toss a couple from directly behind her, but either way I want her setting the front row person 2.5 to 3 feet off the net. However, I want her to be square with her shoulders, hips, knees, toes to the left side 3 feet off. So again, she's gonna lead left, right, baby set, right, left for 4, and then we'll do right, right, baby set, left, right for 4. Make sure on these you really focus on your thumbs leading that secondary set and your hands finishing behind your head. That's how you're gonna get that ball to come up and back. Let's check it out. Backwards feet. Left, right, left. Left, right, left. Right, left. Back. Left, right, left. Right. Let's do one more time with the accurate secondary footwork. Left, right, left. Right, left. That's it. Nice. All right, now we're going to do 4 rounds of right, right, baby set, left, right. The first 2 I'm going to toss from diagonal 2. The last 2 I'm going to toss from literally directly behind her. Pretty good stuff. So if you're a brand new setter, if you're not a brand new setter, if you're trying to set the Olympic team, it doesn't really matter. This is a great drill for you to have to work on hand contact, the difference between baby sets and extension sets, locating, getting your footwork rhythm. Notice Alvin's 12 years old, 12 currently, 12 years old, and has to go through these variations of right foot lead, left foot lead, extension sets, baby sets, heavy ball, regular ball, and that's going to help her if she decides she wants to play at a higher level in the future. She's going to be able to adapt to different styles and different systems. So understand the importance of that as you go through this. So what we're going to do next is just add a little bit more challenge. And notice with the stuff we do, it's a workup, it builds. So it's going to be the same exact footwork. And FYI, we utilize that drill sometimes to figure out which footwork is more ideal for which setter. All of our setters don't have the same footwork. So if we watch a setter for a while and notice that they're really strong going right, left, right, we'll still train the left, right, left, but we're gonna want them to do what's strongest for them in game and vice versa. So now I'm gonna move her slightly forward on the first 2 reps, slightly towards diagonal 1 on the next 2 reps, slightly towards diagonal 2 on the next 2 reps, and then slightly backwards on the next 2 reps. So now she adds a new variable of having to track the ball. How big should her first step be is going to be based on where I toss. And then her getting that even foot balance is going to be based on how good her first step was. All right, so same exact variation. We're going to have her go left foot lead for 1 round, and then we're going to have her go right foot lead, since that's her primary footwork right now, for 2 rounds. All right, so I'll call it out as we go. Let's check it out. All front sets here, she's gonna go left, right, left, baby set, right, left, set me. There should be 8 total of them since we're going 2, 2, 2, and 2. Left, right, left, okay, reset. Left, right, left, extension, nice. Towards diagonal 1. Left, right, left, extension. Again. Left, right, left, extension. Towards diagonal 2. Left, right, left. Good. And step size every time. Keep checking out her lead step. She does a pretty good job of tracking the ball. Now, when I send her back, it's really important that she does not stand up, or else she's definitely going to end up off balance. So as I send the ball over her head, she's going to try to stay low on her first step, and then she'll rise up a little bit on her next 2 steps. Good stuff. So now we'll do that same exact sequence with a right foot lead. Nice. Good. Towards diagonal 1. And just to add a variable, if you're working with a setter, or you are a setter who starts to struggle with the footwork, you're going to ask them to verbalize it out loud, and that's going to help immediately. So I'm going to ask Alvin on diagonal 2 and the back set here to verbalize it out as she does it. Right, left, right, left, right.
Right, left, right.
And see how that was backwards, and she'll notice it over time. And some setters right away, they won't connect what's coming out of their mouth to what's happening with their body, but over time, if you train it enough, it'll start to connect. Let's see it again.
Right, left.
Again, she finished right, left. So we see, if this were to happen in real training, we want to make sure we look at those things that are weaknesses or are inconsistent or aren't as strong as the other things, and see if we can build them up, add a few more reps of those things in comparison to the others. So I'm going to ask her to do 2 more and try to get this right. Okay, more. And there it is. Hopefully fixed for life. So now we'll go backwards. She's going to verbalize it out. Right, left, right, left, right.
Right, left, left. Right, left, right.
Really nice. Next thing, we're going to do pipes. So the left foot lead first. We're going to do 1 round of her going forward, diagonal 1, diagonal 2, and back. 2 rounds of her going right foot lead, forward, diagonal 1, diagonal 2, and back. So when I take her forward, it's a little bit judgment based on the pipe. I like my setters to be able to set the pipe in front and the back pipe. So often I'll bring them past that center line on diagonal 1 and the front movement. But if you have a system where the pipe stays in front, then you can have a little bit less variation. It's really your choice. So left foot lead for 1 round. Good. Back pipe makes it to me just in front of the 10-foot line. Diagonal 1. Left, right, left, back pipe. Now she should be front setting by the time she gets to diagonal 2. Left, right, left. And now she goes backwards. Left, right, left. Really nice. Now she'll go right foot lead, right, baby set, left, right. No vocals on the first round. One more time because we want more balance. Much better balance. Diagonal 1. And she did the smart thing there. So I, as a tosser, tossed the ball pretty far away. So rather than taking 3 steps, which maybe she could have made it in 3 steps if her first step was bigger, she added in a 4th step to make sure that she gained her balance. So we're going to do it one more time in that direction. Get the footwork right, left, right. And she gets it immediately. That's what we're looking for. Diagonal 2. And she knew it right away. Backwards footwork. This is the stuff we're looking for that's going to help our setters be more consistent mentally and in their technique. Making sure that they have to go over and over and over to get it right. Right, left, right. Really nice. Now she's going backwards. Left, right. And on this final round, she's going to be verbalizing it out. Let's see.
Right, left, right. Right, left, right. Right, left, right. Right, left, right.
Not quite. One more time.
Right, left, right.
Good. All right, so on this final one, like we talked about before, I'll do some of them from diagonal 2 tossing. I'll do some of them from right behind her. She's got to get comfortable either way. So we're going to do 1 round of left, and then 1 round of right. So you can check it out. Notice that angle that I just tossed there. It's important for you setters to know what's strong for you and what's weaker for you. This is one of the hardest things to do in setting, is have the ball come over your shoulder and get square and balanced to the left side. So I want to take 2 more views at that angle that I just created for her, where I'm going to toss from behind her. She's going to go left, right, left, really focusing on the second to last step, getting square to that left side, and then having her last foot click into place before she delivers the set to me. One more time. She's going to really exaggerate that second to last step facing the left side over there. That's it. Clean. So now she's going to go right foot lead. Same exact thing, but with the back set, looking for that balance. Backwards secondary feet. Nice. Beautiful. One more time going backwards. All right, so there's some variations for you. And the last thing you can do once you feel comfortable doing the patterns are you can make it more freestyle in terms of the toss. So we'll stick with right, left, right footwork for her now since that's her dominant and that's her primary. You could get a little bit more tricky and try to go, okay, a round of left, right, left where you're tossing anywhere and a round of right, left, right where you're tossing anywhere. Just play with it. But I'm going to show you about 8 times where she's got to set the ball to a specific spot with her secondary, after her secondary footwork, but she does not know where I'm tossing the ball. So we'll start on the overhead set for 4, where she doesn't know where I'm going to toss, so she has to do the accurate footwork, and then we'll do the left side set for 4, same thing. Right. Left side. Almost got it. So, there's some variations for you. Baby set to extension set in system. Looking forward to seeing you next video.